Let's roll. Ё-моё, I need help here.
哎，有中国人。
I need help. Watch out, sniper.
Buy armor.
Come on, let's go.
Buy armor.
You think you can kill us? Activating the bomb. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
牛逼牛逼！
Woo-hoo! Run, little girl! Run! Yes. It is time now, my brother.
Wait, so it stays for the whole game.
Smoke! Smoke! I planted the bomb. Yes.
Car, yeah. It's the car. Car.
Bro, you need to stop screaming. Below it.
Move it, move it. I'm throwing the flashback.
Careful, green.
Throwing smoke. Throwing fire. Grenade out.
Uh, 20 HP offer.
Affirmative.
Rush him.
Lantern. Terrorists win. Bomb has been planted. Forward.
I don't speak Chinese or Japanese.
Flashbang. Grenade. Smoke.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sake.
Follow them. Affirmative.
Oh.
Plant, plant.
Clear. I'm planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
Listen to me.
Terrorists win.
Losing control now.
Where are the real
别
men?
他妈了个臭逼开了！
Let us go. Let's throw in a grenade. Throw in a flashback. Throw in fire.
Long A.
Throw in smoke.
我鸡巴是防闪的，你他妈闪我！呵呵。哎哎哎！
Forward now.
Get that one.
各位各位，
Last guy connector.
Planted. Bomb has been planted.
真的，我操，8把鱼锅啊！别他妈这些过来玩。
Shit. What?
This is easy. We kill them and then we go home.
我这个挂9块钱买了1天的，来爽一。我这个不会转，没有
Let's
次
throw the
序，
flashbang. Start.
没有参数，不会转。
Grenade.
开过了我都这么惨。
I don't think my team's.
Terrorists win. We must move. Grenade out. Flashbang. I'm throwing a grenade. Smoke. Flashbang. I'm throwing fire.
Go long, go long.
Throwing fire. Grenade out. I'm planting. Terrorists win. Come on, let's go! Smoke! Molotov!
The fuck is that?
Smoke! Terrorists win. Activating the bomb. Bomb has...
What?
Let's roll.
I got cheat or something. Oh no.
Terrorists win.
Hey guys, please be honest. Are you guys cheating? No. No cheat.
Let's go, my brother.
I'm just asking, man. Are you cheating, Tom? No.
Throw in smoke. Throw in the flashbang. Let's throw in the flashbang. Grenade. Guard. Let's throw in a grenade. Smoke! I'm throwing fire. Terrorists win. We must work together. Smoke! Molotov! I'm throwing a grenade! Flashbang! I'm planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
Check base. T-spawn. 1 T-spawn.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Terrorists win. Now.
Game.
Of course. Affirmative. No more talking. Now we fight! Throw in the decoy. Throw in the flashbang. I throw in the flashbang. Throw in smoke. Flashbang. Grenade. Throw in smoke. I'm planted.
Let me knife him. I want a knife.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All knife, all knife, all knife. Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Let's have fun.
Affirmative. Throwing fire. The guy's out. Smoke.
Man.
Let's go.
Hey, no,
Yes. Terrorists win. Grenade. Planted.
Scared me with the update.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm throwing a flashbang. Throwing a flashbang. Grenade out. Terrorists win. Lost. Terrorists win.
Oh.
Go.
What the fuck is he doing?
incendiary. Throwing fire. Fire in the hole. Deploying flashbang. Lost. We're going home.
Yes. Yes. I got my fucking rank back.
Oh man, that's absolutely wild.
I mean,
absolutely wild.
You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You don't want to try the wall bang, right? You know where we know where it's planted. Potentially could bang him through the corner, opt for the sidearm and close the gap, but 5 seconds, it's just that time flies by. Straight into the tack pause, I would too, my goodness. Just calibrate once again, yell, look, head in hands, that's why you call the timeout. Coach's chance as well with the mic open. Let's see that again. He tagged him, and then Speedak, this is what I'm saying, oh. Glock into the shoulder blades, it wasn't enough, couldn't find it. The head was just behind the box. Headphones off and decibels raised, veins popping. There is so much going on inside and outside of the server. I absolutely love it. Passion oozing out of this best of 3 for the very tippy top of the Counter-Strike pyramid, a ticket to it.
Can they keep their focus, INTZ? They still have a buy, they still have KNG on the AWP, but outside of taking short, which is kind of for free, at least this part of it, they haven't really made inroads and got those 5 versus 4, say for when it's time to execute. They haven't taken long. So they've just got a lurker towards B apps. And again, they've taken short, which is a given. This is, I mean, sometimes you'll see an aggressive CTs in this area, but you'll expect at some point to get short. So this is all the stuff you expect. Now, this is where the struggle begins for INTZ. This is where they look for the CTs to push, to kind of give them a frag. But if that doesn't happen, what will we see from them?
So standard for now. Destiny with the smoke. You can jump down to CT from that. You can cross and take the 5 versus the AWP. Usually a flashbang provided. Speaking of flashes, only 1 for the rest of this round. 40 seconds. It's somewhat of smoke and mirrors. CT smoked off. Enables them to cross towards B. 2 CTs there to receive. Craddy's been so damn good. Forrester only has the SMG. Another smoke. That's going to be enough. That's enough for the CTs to start falling off A. They know there's a threat imminent towards their B defenders. What can you do? Forrester's position is fantastic. Makes the UMP work. Flanking around as Crad does all the damage necessary. This is looking fantastic for Dream Eaters. It's over. 13-8. They handle that with class.
Absolute brutality. Again, they're not given that frag. Smoke on the door just crushes the push. They look like they were in such a strong position, but again, the clock is run down as well. They're kind of stuck with no cover between the B bomb site and CT spawn, and it just falls to pieces. INTZ struggling on the T side, and indeed, double max 10 UMP on Dust 2 of all maps.
What do you do with that? Where do you throw that?
Yeah.
B. Ah, well, there you go. That's a very solid answer.
Yeah, but there's no guarantee they're rushing just yet. Oh, that's a problem. Okay, they seem to be charging in, and only Forrester's there to... Oh my god, it's a nuclear warfare!
What on earth is going on?
Fire the missiles, the big red button.
Dust 2 is irradiated.
The nuclear football, the cat standing on it.
My goodness, that round ends quicker than it started. I feel like they spent more time running towards the site than they did at it. They couldn't even get through the tunnel. Forrester 3, Crad dunks on the 4th. Forrester, of course, contributing plenty of bullets into the kneecaps of that 4th frag. And just like that, this round is over. Forrester 4 when it matters. 2 rounds away from the major. Zona finds his voice again.
His face, man. Jeez, he looks ready to bite the head off a bat.
Ozzy Osbourne style. Look at this, though. Back turn, flames present. It was glorious. You know when you get the wall bang through another player that you've really filled up the kill feed.
Crikey.
Drawing board getting more and more scrappy. The smudges, it's ripped.
It's always a drawing board on the T side for INTZ.
Yeah.
Always a struggle. always a struggle. If they don't get over-peaked by CTs, if you don't give them that early frag,
The bomb's
they get
going
stuck.
down. You saw all those diffusers. They've been getting into the sites. It's closing these rounds out that's been the problem. Of course, the round prior, not a great example of that. Forrester ended that round before it began. Great lineup from skrra. Just the tag, though. Doesn't have that information. There was smoke present. Grouping up towards short. It's a better buy from INTZ. Again, sacrifices they're willing to make tends to be utility.
This may slow things down a bit, unless they choose to... Okay, they're going to boost over it. That's pretty cool.
Like it.
But look at what they've got to work with. To execute into a site, they have shorts, they have a smoke grenade, they have one Molotov, they have a flashbang, all on one player, no less. You can't even throw them together. You've got to throw them one after the other.
They've been doing this before. We've seen Cello,
No
Destiny.
chain flashes, just one flash.
One single flashbang and dribbled smoke. Speedak does have a flash of his own. Fiat 2. That's the flash. That's the go. That's the signal. Forrester already rotating from B. They're pouring in, looking for 15. Dream Eaters already lose one. First blood drawn from INTZ. First time in a while.
No fear from Speedak. Doesn't fall back to the long position. He's got his teammate to cover the angle. Forrester's going to spot ahead. Very awkward spot for him. Yell goes for the peak. He's just alone. Where's the coordination? Only one, but Chale will trade the frag. He's in a short plant position. There's a man advantage for INTZ. There's a duel about to happen in mid as well in that lower tunnel area. So there's only two CTs who can really push this site. There's the one dropped in that mid position, leaving Kinky and Speedak to go for this. Transfer attempted, but not quite. Kinky on the site now, dropping a smoke grenade, but there's no way you get a defuse, but he might just draw out the tees. There's Zan going wide, and he will deliver the frag. He had to deliver that one. Finally, INTZ with a shred of success, but how on earth can they build on this?
That round was a necessity, James. Your hopes just completely dissolve in front of you if you find them, well, I was going to say find them on 15, but that happened, of course. A historical comeback from INTZ on Mirage, or a historical choke from the Dream Eaters, but it's not about how you mess up, it's what you do afterwards, and clearly, right now, Dream Eaters are doing well, 14-9, but KNG finds himself a big opening frag. Speedak gone, that's a big scalp to take.
Is this the Choke Simulator 2019 DLC edition? New patch, maybe it is. A jumping yell will take Kinky out, and it's a 4 versus 2. The money for Dream Eaters has been sapped.
Oh no, imagine what it does to their psyche if they start to throw match points away again.
It's just a feeling in your stomach, you just can't help. It's human nature. It is human nature. Feel like you've got tapeworms wriggling around. Just somewhat uncomfortable. To play.
Choked. lol.
We will be victorious.
Rush, eh?
Agreed.
I buy flashback.
The world is ours. Let's go, my brothers.
Что по званиям, ребят?
I'm throwing a flashbang. Flashbang.
Конечно.
Short.
One side.
Our enemies tremble.
Long. City one.
Bro, what the f...
Dance, put that upper belt, put that upper belt.
Bro, we had that. What the
We
fuck you
fear
doing?
no one. We will live long lives.
Yeah, long lives, my ass.
No longer.
We have arrived.
Copy maybe?
Victory is ours.
Oh,
Yes.
I need to see a fucking replay with that. What the fuck is my team doing? We're just camping.
Copy.
Last maybe behind, be careful.
Affirmative. Blending.
What are you doing?
Nice try.
Keep trying.
Dance, put that upper belt, put that upper belt.
We shall overcome. Yes, my friends.
Rush
Yes.
Rush
Yes.
I got flashback.
Throwing a flashbang.
Yes.
Victory is ours. I'm throwing a flashbang. Smoke.
One city. When's the bomb?
Our enemies tremble.
One shot.
We will live long lives.
Short. Too short.
Throwing a grenade. Yes, my friends, yes. We shall overcome. We have arrived.
1 HP. Oh my god. No.
Lol.
No. Dude.
We will be victorious. The world is ours. Come on, let's go.
Hey. No eating my mouse.
Maybe.
Smoke.
On the middle loop.
Grenade. We fear no one.
Two tunnel.
What? Oh, B hopping. He's B hopping. He's a fucking legend, dude. Someone give me a gun. Rush again? A, try.
Let's go, my brothers.
No.
Flashback. Yes.
Could be.
Yes.
Maybe one push one.
Terrorists win.
It's,
The world is ours. Our
Fuck.
enemies tremble.
this guy's really good at B hopping.
Yes, my friends. Yes.
Check logo.
Rush.
Throwing a flashback. Smoke. Terrorists win.
Don't worry, we come back to the
We
city.
will be victorious. That is the plan.
Stop giving me bomb, what the fuck?
We will live long lives.
Pretty close.
Yes.
How many B? Yeah, they're smoking.
One long.
Minus 68 me.
Short.
One.
Counter-terrorists win.
This ain't going well.
Yes.
Okay, let's play this slow.
We shall overcome.
B tunnel and then.
Maybe hold.
I'm throwing smoke.
One short.
Short middle.
Throwing a flashbang.
Oh.
I'm low.
Nice.
Take bomb. Take bomb. Brain, take bomb please. I'm low.
Smoke. Flashbang.
Why are you through?
I am planting the bomb. Bomb has been planted.
Long, no? No, short.
Grenade.
Without. Just hide, just hide.
Don't pick.
Terrorists win. Victory is ours.
Hey man, can I be up? Oh no. Thank you.
That is the plan. We fear no one.
Oh!
We have arrived.
I scraped him.
I'm throwing a flashbang.
One feet I think.
Smoke.
Oh,
Maybe.
nice.
I'm throwing smoke.
Nice.
We will be victorious. Yes, my friends, yes.
I go B
Our
tunnel
enemy
then
is
short.
trapped. Let's go. Victory awaits.
Try smoking middle. Doors.
I'm throwing smoke. I'm throwing
Go, go, go.
flashback. Grenade.
short.
Why you guys? Why no rush? There was only one guy.
Victory is ours.
Disable. Mid.
Oh my god, this guy has hacks.
Mid 50.
Nice.
1B. Watch.
Behind you. Woo!
Yes,
This guy's hot.
I am planting the bomb.
Oh.
Yes. We will live long lives. We shall overcome. Smoke!
Oh wow.
Bomb yellow bomb. Nice.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Middle rush.
We have arrived.
Take
It's
it
deal time. Deagle
We shall
time.
rule the day. Throwing a flashback. We shall overcome. Throwing a grenade. Smoke!
What the fuck? Lol.
Wow.
Prefer purple, please.
Slow B. Come on,
We
let's
have
go.
arrived. Agreed.
Slow B, slow. God, please.
I'm throwing a flashback.
I think lower.
Flashback.
Maybe lower.
Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing smoke.
One over.
I know.
Please give me flash bomb.
Go, go, go. Yes. Flashback.
Three cross.
bomb.
Oh my god.
Blue.
Terrorists win. Nice. All right. Roger. Negative.
It's time to take over.
Yes. Let's go. We got this. Grenade.
B.
Okay. Below blue.
All right.
Nice.
Counter-terrorists win. No stopping us.
Just hold, guys. Okay.
We are doing this. Roger that.
Don't push. Don't try to push that. Just buy grenades, hold them out, and then win.
That's the way we do it. Go. There you go.
I think they're going to be
Grenade
again.
out. Flashbang.
People.
Check for somebody.
I check.
Oh, okay. Which one?
We fight as men. Deploying flashbang. Roger.
Okay.
Victory
Nice.
shall be ours. I'm defusing the bomb. Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Remember, buy grenades, guys.
Oh, mama.
Don't push.
Alright,
Just hold
alright.
off.
Yes,
Never forget.
we fight as men. Laying down smoke. Grenade. Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang. Throwing.
Tunnel. Mid. Short.
How did you go down? Okay. Just save.
Yeah, just save, I guess. Oh. Mollies, buy mollies.
Victory shall be ours. Grateful. Flashbang. Smoke.
Go away.
Coming.
Nice.
Short.
Yes.
Ah. 80 HP.
One lower.
Base low HP.
Roger that. Bomb has been planted. Deploying flashbang. Defusing.
City.
Time, I think.
I'm defusing the bomb.
Maybe. Oh. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
We lead to counter-terrorists win.
Nice, bro.
Roger. We are doing this. On me. No stopping us.
Mollies. My mollies.
That's a negative. There you go. Yes. Grenade out.
Don't push long.
Affirmative. Incendiary out.
I need help here.
Flashbang.
Help.
Too broad, sorry.
They're planting.
Bomb has been planted. Throwing flashbang.
Shit. I'm so stupid. No, my bad. You, let's put 2 on B and then 3 on A. We're rushing A.
Roger that.
Don't push
Affirmative.
long doors.
Yes. Affirmative. Oh, mama.
Hey, yellow, go A.
Go away.
B, they're flashing B.
Fire in the hole. Laying down smoke.
Coming.
Oh.
My god, why you rush? GG guys.
Roger. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
What the fuck? Go A, I will go B.
Let's get this done.
Oh, God.
Deploying flashbang.
It's A. Why you guys rush?
Throwing flashbang. All right.
Boost. Yellow!
Bomb has been planted.
Key! Yellow!
Terrorists win.
Can we kick yellow, please?
That's the way we do it. Let's go, let's go.
They are team.
Flashbang.
Lol, he's soccer, what the fuck? Disconnect.
Putted upperbelt.
I'm stressed out.
Down, man. I've got faith. Hiding or denying that this one should be guaranteed. North, they are a proud and prestigious roster in Tier 1 Counter-Strike, often, however, pinned or tarred with the inconsistent brush.
You know what? I would actually love to be a fly and just see how North are playing and listen to what they say. Because for me, the question about North is not about their level. They have the level. We have seen them plenty of events. Dallas, ECS, they were up there. They were playing a great Counter-Strike. But it would be for me to decipher what are the conditions when they do bad and when they do good. Because there's something to be found there. That's the key for me to explain their situation.
Chad, I've got a question for you. Mirage isn't a great map for Nevermind. I was going to ask.
They may as well left it in there. Nuke was the only map that I thought that North should be a little bit worried about because that's where MVP on their CT sides, I think they have some very good rotations. The way that they drop into that lower bomb site after they've been pressured, they like to drop a guy into that dark spot and keep a guy behind the silo. I like those little details, but if they continue to play as cookie cutter as what we've seen in the past, then North should know all of their tendencies. They should have done their homework. Myth is a coach who I think would have covered all their bases there. I think it's curious that they picked into Inferno, and I say that because that's a map that MVP has felt comfortable on, even though they may have been blown out of the water some zones.
Yeah, I agree. We see those two at the third map. But just to talk about Inferno, I think it's really a comfort pick. We are not trying to trick you into something you don't know. We're just going to go into known territory for us. This is what we know how to do. We can play on the T side and the CT side. We're going to take it easy. And I think it's the right approach. When you're the ultra favorite, just don't try and trick your opponent.
Oh,
play your best.
Look
at that.
I mean, okay, this is really interesting. Take a look at both of these head-to-heads. There is a 16-14 nuke loss versus Team Liquid, current #1s in the world.
Yeah.
This is a map that MVP have caused surprises on in the past.
And they're used to starting on the T side, right? So that is something that they're going to be very comfortable with. It is the strategies they want to run. North need to start quickly, as I think they should start disrespectfully. And I am really confused as to why. I know you said comfort, but if I was them, I would have wanted to take it to a Dust 2, to a Mirage, even though they have bad results on Mirage. Because
Let's roll.
Não precisa ter pegado, tá?
Хоёр хаа орой.
Lost.
Би.
Throwing flashbang.
Нэг нь ичсэн дээр. Бом байгаа. Зөв бэтэрээ. Дахиад. За. Канистр орё.
Flashbang.
Тэр цааш тавлаа ч тийм. Нэг нь аа. Би тулаад авъя. 4 бэ, нэг нь аа. Тэгээд би дээр авчихсан харж. Би аа.
I don't know that I don't care anymore.
Bro, B авчих гинэ.
Chill.
Move it. Deploying flashbang. Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang.
Ban. İçi ben şu var. Tüpsen aktör boost'luyla kaç. Deşe kaç. Boost'luyla. Osn't нэг авах шүү. Харсан мэдээ. Юу ийсэн.
Behind you.
Catch best day. Hey na. Акнас нэг.
Nice shot.
GG сонсгоо. Би дорд үлчээ төвшөө. Дигийн дорд. Тэг.
We got this. Flashbang.
Hey.
Deploying flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Incendiary out.
셀트고 있죠. 아, bomb 나오면. 하스시야. 하다 대고 멋지대. 언니가 나가. 나다 썬걸 됐지.
Let's go, let's go. Throwing flashbang. Decoys out. Deploying flashbang.
bomb once, 베이트 오른쪽.
Smoke.
나도 진짜 쇼. 단, 쇼.
On the left.
나이스.
Go, go, go. Decoy. Fire in the hole.
싸웠어.
Flashbang. Incendiary.
빼야지,
Throwing
빼야지.
flashbang.
안쉬. 아가라. 에이. 슈베 아르르사. 1등.
Laying down smoke.
나 지금 아웃이네.
Throwing fire. Granate. Deploying flashbang. Throwing smoke. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win. Move it! Flashbang. Incendiary out.
알았어. 엔진 유트
Grenade out.
B
Throwing
셔틀.
flashbang.
아들.
Deploying flashbang. Incendiary. Bomb has been planted.
먹이 던다가 아니라. 지금 아트니가.
Сайн шүү дээ бууцсангүй шүү дээ.
Энд дэжтэй. Бэж одоо шатах чанда. Жон бэж одоо шатах.
I'm defusing the bomb.
Битгэхгүй шүү.
Defuse сtation амжилт. Шат аз үпстаа. Нэг нь ата бэгэн чир доор авчихдгоо.
Би аа.
Ага. Би шүү тулааш хашхад олж.
Flashbang. Smoke. Laying down smoke. Canapé. Deploying flashbang.
Ээр авчих.
Яас. Театр. Бомба дэвлээ. Yeah, Michelle. Shoot. Цаг багтаа шийдсэн.
Доороос.
Банда бай.
Go. Throwing smoke. Fire in the hole.
Б. Араа шат.
Бэгэн шавтар бэг.
Араа.
Үгүй орооч. Эзлүүлээд байна. Жохо ороод хамгаалъя.
I don't know. I don't feel like playing. I really don't.
Go. Smoke. Incendiary out.
붙여.
Grenade out. Throwing flashbang. Throwing smoke.
Садах. Пистача. Наавен, зүй, шүр.
Hey. No.
Save.
예, 비슷다.
Save.
Oh.
Run!
아, 때렸지 뭐.
T.
아가 내게 나.
Тебя, тебя туда не на что. Да бустя. Тебя, не надо.
Smoke. Laying down smoke.
싸움 거는 닉쇼.
Wow.
Flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Чуть.
Terrorists win.
근데 싸우야.
За би бэгийн зэр доор турсан.
Бэгийн доо та надад үлдээч.
Би апар хангалттай хоёрыг авчихна.
Ямэтэй кунасай.
Go.
Бэж нойснаа.
ингэж
Throwing flashbang. Flashbang.
флаша болтой.
Laying down smoke. Throwing smoke. Incendiary. Deploying flashbang. Throwing
Big shot
flashbang.
래. 에이로.
Smoke. Throwing fire.
오케이.
Эцэг инженер үстэй байгаа.
엄청 진 애들.
Bomb has been planted.
Шубы. Шившиг 어디지? Бүгд стаа тул зүгээр
저기 나 플래시 보여. 저
стамна би тэг.
чи солиороо дээр намаа флаш татлаа.
Чи дөө битээ харлаа надаа.
Lost.
또 고르면 사야 돼.
안돼야. 저 이제 돌치 줘. 알았다. 사는 애가. 이제 어떡하? 어디 탄?
Throwing a grenade.
자, 어디 뭐. 알았어, 쩔지.
Deploying flashbang.
예.
Bomb has been planted.
파킹요. 에이 봐. 스모커 실제 샀어.
Incendiary. Terrorists win.
나 би өөрөө мэдчихэж тул цаашаа. Бэгийн доо хараад тэрэггүй.
To be a short longer, to be longer.
Move it, move it. Throwing flashbang.
에이 에이
Gun up.
Get off.
에이 되겠다 까
Bomb has been planted.
페이드 탭치지 슬슬 세이프
You know, sometimes I really fucking hate this guy too. This is the rates on several marriage. Not my mouse.
다 쏘고 만다
Yeah, just kick.
자, 되게 비나들 자.
샤이메 들고 왔다
아,
어이 들고 왔다
아, 때문에.
나 비자치 뒀다
Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
에이 에이 에이 받아
데리러 왔어.
Flashbang. Flashbang. Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
아임 나서도 다 찜비 That's off shop be rush.
Smoke out again. There's be smoke of chair. Baby.
Rush.
Rush.
Kick, kick.
kick. Ой, а 진짜 야간 했지.
Connector 있잖아.
얘 뭐다 필요 가라.
Grenade out. Throw in the flashbang. Smoke.
자, bomb.
Bomb has been planted. Smoke.
Connector.
시스템에.
자, 셔터 치고 어디시리?
Bomb.
Back.
킥키 나한테 이거 진짜 킥키게 예.
Bye.
Yeah, possible that the MVP could still cause a lot of issues for North at the end of this first half. Just a couple bullets there for, I guess, is it Shine? As opposed to Sign? Would it be Shine?
I think if it was, no, I think it would be XIAO would be more of a sh noise, so I think it's Sign. Like a shell.
Right, I have no idea. Anyway, all their names sound cool, so we'll stick with how we've been saying them. So, the full buys for both teams. This is a big moment. This is a really big moment, just as James was saying. You know, North's economy is finally starting to wane. If MVP, this is the one round where MVP could really create problems, and if they were going to have a 7-8 half, obviously they need to win all the remaining rounds. But Kirby, he's gone in very aggressive there, just creeping, and that is not a play that they've actually been going for. And this is one of the few times MVP haven't been looking for it, and they'll get punished for that. And that's actually a big tell too, because Kirby gets some information that they're setting up on the roof there. So it really looks like a set piece on the upper bomb site was brewing, and you can see MVP know it. They can't. They're gonna change their plan now. They're readying for that upper push, and now they're gonna switch it up and go outside. But they've only got 50 seconds, and they've effectively not really accomplished anything so far in this round.
Showing some presence towards the A-bomb site. Again, the wall of smoke. Kiabi will go to focus on the secret position. AZ's taking some fire in the meantime. Maybe expectant. Oh, we've got an alternative angles up top, and that might be the difference maker. Valde with 2, and Gale is still alive as well. Quick flurry of kills, and they go away of North. So changing from above the hut to the other side made a hell of a difference there for North.
Yeah. It's actually really interesting, because if you watch some of the rounds in this half from the likes of MVP, they favor that wrap through main very commonly, and I can understand why they do it. You know, you get to avoid a lot of potential issues by trying to take outside and trying to take control of heaven and pressure that position. There's lots of opportunities for the CTs to maybe win duels if you do that. And there, if they wrap through main, they can just explode onto the site altogether. But this time it looked like North, really adapted. It looked like they expected that option as a stronger likelihood. And perhaps MVP needed to go down lower a little bit more, or mix things up a little bit more to be less predictable in that sense. Zion's been hitting some good shots, I gotta say. Like, he's been looking very crispy on his entry kills. Got a nice couple there, although it was ultimately meaningless.
Yeah, they need more round-winning shots at this point. Discussion to be had. Yeah, Valde switching it up on the A-bomb site. Good for 2. When there's 2 teammates who play off of each other and the distraction, especially when there's going to be crazy comms in a situation like that for the T side, it's pretty good to switch back and forth. Nine to 4, and we'll soon be back into it. So let's see if MVP have something more to offer. 2 MAC-10s. Will that be a fast play towards A, or a vent dive, perhaps? Maybe a charge towards the ramp. Players going in multiple directions, but are just posting up for now, and it seems that some of these MAC-10 players will be offering grenades into the A-bomb sites. MVP looking for some aggression, or just taking up their initial positions. But what is their play here? HSK's on the roof with some grenades, or he was. I think he still is. He's the grenade man up top, normally. Now, is he using, I wonder, is he using his MAC-10 to break the windows? Because that would be a lot of information. You might want to pull out the Glock.
Yeah, that's a good point. It feels like MVP have not really challenged ramp at all that much in this half. And now North, there's many rounds where they've only had 1 player there as an adaptation to MVP's rounds. And there is the Glock, indeed. Here's the outside names that MVP been throwing fairly commonly.